here. This bit over here. I love when NVIDIA updates. Yeah, it updates and it's like, oh god, where are we going? I gotta find everything all over again. All right, so there we go. Let me put this over here. And of course, Chrome decided that it's like, oh, we want to, there's a new update available. Would you like to shut all your windows down? Um, um, all right. So movement right now. You're not seeing large, huge amounts of movement out there, and they're a little bit mixed. You can see Dollar Cat is the biggest mover on the board at 76, and again, that's oil coming back down again. There's a little bit of surge yesterday, and then pulled back, and a lot of this too. Understand a lot of this Dollar Cad right here. Again, with kind of oil doing what it's doing, um, you know, it's all linked to China at this point. I'll explain kind of how that would be linked to China in a second. So far, the data we've seen, unemployment claims. Remember we talked about this yesterday? It's like I feel like if they miss, it's like 10,000 less. It was 12,000. So I missed it by a little bit. Um, Again, it's another one of those kind of just feather in the hat of the Fed, basically. Looking at it, you're like, yeah. Are they going to move interest rates because of the lower unemployment claims? No, but that's just another one of those like just another drop in the hat, right? Another thing that is positive, strong. Again, strong labor market has been one of the big problems. So yeah, yeah, it's kind of the issue that the Fed has right now. Now, in regards to the Fed, Powell is speaking at 12 o'clock today. There's actually an article down here talking about it that Fed, you know, you know, his speech is going to talk about the Fed decision. It says, we'll probably deliver the last substantive comments on the Fed before the next FOMC meeting, right? And he's going to tightrope. He'll walk a tightrope. I do think he is going to walk a tightrope. Um, the big piece about this is it's like, hey, we're going to look at the data. All the data saying raise. The pressure is not. The banks are not making money the way they were, and again, that's what happens in this type of rate environment. Lending goes down. We kind of see that. Housing not in a great place, right? But overall, retail sales great. JOLTS data, high. ADP, non-farm, high. Unemployment claims, lower, right? So they're all painting a picture, and the question is, how long do we want this to, not we, but like, how long does the Fed want to allow it to kind of continue to move? So, I think this morning will be kind of slower than what we normally see, and all eyes are going to be, listening to, or I guess all ears, right? Not eyes, but all ears are going to be listening to Powell, right? Um, yeah, by the way, if I sneeze or cough, I do apologize. We have like half the kids on the team are sick. I probably have something that they have, but you know, coughing, sneezing a little bit this morning, I feel fine. So, but if I do cough or sneeze suddenly, I apologize. I try to turn and mute all at the same time, but it doesn't always work. Yeah. So, as I said, Pal, he's speaking. It's the last kind of I don't know. People are going to dissect what he says, and we'll kind of see where it goes. As far as other things out there, Philly Fed was lower. It's it was -13, so it's -9 is less. It was already expected to be negative. It's not quite as less negative as what it should have been, but yeah, it's there. Now let me go over the Chinese thing. All right, so one over widest gap. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? China here. So China is selling a bunch of U.S. securities. You're getting rid of treasuries, stocks. I guess it says it's the most. Let's see, offloaded the most U.S. in stocks and bonds in 4 years in August. Right, fueling speculation the authorities may have moved to beef up their war chest and defend the weakening yuan. Right, now that was August. Right, we're obviously not in August, so this is data is coming back from later. But at the same time, again, China dumping a lot of what it has. Right, throwing it back on the market. Right, number of different ways it could be. Are they looking to have more assets at home? Are they looking to push? And remember, here's the thing, right? Asian countries do hold a lot of U.S. debt, right? They carry a lot of the bonds and things like that. If they start dumping it, and remember, um, China's in an interesting situation. China's kind of seen what the playbook looks like, right? Russia attacked Ukraine. Okay, let's cut Russia off from the world financially. Question is, would the United States try to do the same thing with China, cut it off completely if they went into Taiwan? They said that they would defend them militarily, which, again, a little bit different of a situation, right? Ukraine recognized by pretty much every nation in the world that they are a sovereign nation. Taiwan, not so much. Does not have the same level of recognition, but yet the U.S. will go to war for them, but not for the Ukraine. Um, but if they cut China off, the question is, could you even do it? And would it even make a difference? China has already worked itself into other places. So them dumping everything kind of U.S. based, does it tell us more? Is it just them shoring things up? Because again, China's not in a great place, but at the end of the day, is a really super weak, one the worst thing in the world for China? It's not, but remember, they get a lot of the things from overseas. They import a lot of stuff, right? Again, they don't want to be spending a whole lot of money on, bringing oil and natural resources. So being weak stinks when you want to buy stuff from other nations, but it's great when other nations want to, buy things from you, right? So it's kind of hard to find that equilibrium spot there. But again, that's a big move. And the news are coming out. They're talking about it. And you're seeing there's a over here, talking about how wide the difference is between the two. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, again, the U.S. in any type of global situation, recession, have at it, whatever it is. It's always going to be more resilient. Again, the GDP is much, much higher. China's is not as large, or not as resilient. They're still battling back. Again, it's still some of that, COVID recovery is not there. Again, the spender is not the same. They've put so much into investment. So, again, weaker China is going to affect a lot of the world. And again, gas prices. Well, anything that's bad for China right now, you should see gas prices continue to drop lower, right? Crude prices drop lower. So it's kind of what we're seeing today. Powell speaking at 12. Excuse me. Oh, so tired. Powell speaking at 12, going to be a big deal. A lot of people will be looking at that one. And then for the rest of the day, we really don't have a whole lot. Tomorrow morning, we got retail sales. Okay. Now, retail sales, again, this is a slow Friday, but retail sales for the pound on a monthly basis, it's expected to go down. Okay. We should, the pound right now, euro pound, you can see is up 33, right? But it is retracing in the last hour. It's been a pretty decent movement in that one. 33 is basically where its daily ATR is. So it met its full, 33 doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a full day's worth of movement in that pair. So percentage wise, it's the biggest mover on the board percentage wise. Okay. We're seeing a lot of pound weakness, a lot of pound weakness, a lot of pound weakness. Now the question is, it's expected to be pretty negative, right? It was 0.4 last time. It's expected to be minus 0.3 this time. And we're seeing massive amounts of weakness today. I don't want to say massive amounts, but we're seeing enough pound weakness out there on the board right now. Are we setting this up for a pound strength based move tomorrow morning? You may say, well, how the heck are you going to have pound strength? I mean, it's expected to be forecast -3. Okay, what if it's -2 or -1 or flat at 0? That's not great, but it's not as bad as what the market thought it was, right? Which would actually be considered a strong sign. You may say, well, why would I say that? Well, look at the U.S. retail sales data we had earlier this week. It was over double, right? It was over double. Now, obviously, UK citizen is different than a US citizen, right? But ours was over double. And if there's any, carryover with that one, any of the, similar feelings there, even if it's at, minus -0.2 or -1 or 0.1, still technically negative, but not as negative as what the market forecast. So the question is, are they being overly negative? Now, on the flip side, the way to look at this is if it comes in at -3, it came in exactly as expected, the market moves. If it comes in less, the market's going to move in the same direction. If it comes in worse, 1 out of the 3 decision, then obviously you're going to have the pound fall off really, really quickly. And could it happen? Sure, absolutely can. I don't know what it's going to do, but we should be able to see it inside the charts. And then we have the CAD, retail sales, and core, both also expected to be negative. And the question is, again, they are close neighbors to the north. Are they, again, do they have similar buying habits that we have? And I'd say yes to some extent, right? Maybe are we a little bit overly negative here? I mean, the U.S. data was supposed to not be great, and it was good. It was real good. Does some of that carry over into Canada? And if it does, kind of the same thing. It gives us more of a CAD strength type situation. Okay. And again, that's not, I don't think CAD strength is actually horrible at this point. Again, oil has been jacking the dollar CAD around right now. I think we're kind of due for a little bit more. And you can see it's up 60 today. Again, that data, comes out the way that I'm kind of assuming that it does. And again, I have to say assume because I mean, I don't know. I don't have an inside reading into, Canadian news, right? But the way that it's looking right now, yeah, I would say if it comes out positive, that would be a nice little push, especially with the way that it's kind of rolling today with all this dollar strength rolling back in. Um, and again, that may be the trade of the morning tomorrow morning, right? Maybe the trade of the morning, considering there's not really a whole lot of news. Something like retail sales for the CAD may give it just enough. And again, is that going to move the U.S. indices? No, no, obviously not. But it will give us the opportunity to, at least get a trade tomorrow morning. Something news wise. Okay. All right. So let's go over and look at the VIX. So right now, VIX, it's on the 15-minute. Let me put back 30. There we go. You can see from where we were yesterday, VIX is quite choppy. I wouldn't say yesterday really I don't want to say, I feel like the market's a little bit confused about where we go here, right? The data has been good. The news has been bad, right? This person, we're going to miss earnings. We're going to miss earnings. These are problems. That's a problem. Ukraine this, Israel this, China is about to do this. I mean, the news has been quite negative, but the data thus far has been positive. And again, pretty much driven by retail sales. I mean, retail sales is obviously a big one. Obviously, hiring, extremely important. We know that labor costs are obviously becoming a real big thing on many different fronts right now. So, yeah, VIX wise, this is what you tend to see, right? This, or this, or this, or even something like this down, and then we get some news, and then it just retraces and goes exactly where it should have, right? Something like this, something like this. Yesterday, a lot of indecision. And where are we sitting right now with VIX? It's down, right? It's down from where it was yesterday. It's down 0.88. It's 19, right now. Kind of on the upper end of the curve, but again, no warehouse of VIX. So, yeah. Right now, is there any data today besides Powell? And again, could Powell completely blow the market up today? He could. Will he? Probably not. Okay. And the reason why, again, he's not, this is not an FOMC meeting. This is a speech that he's giving, in New York at a luncheon. Could he give enough hints that something's going to happen? Sure, but not necessarily the time and the place. Okay, so we could draw some inferences from it. Overall, looking at the dollar, is the dollar going to be a big influence today? And you can say, oh my God, look at this. The dollar, it's just crashing from 530. It is, but we're kind of where we were this point yesterday. So, it spiked up and then died at 12 and then just kind of went sideways. And then right around that 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, right? Dollar weakness straight down. And what's the rationale for it? Is there anything in today that's, is this a weak dollar number? I mean, of these two, the red one's more important. Is that a weak or a strong? It's a strong dollar number, coming out at 830. And are we seeing any type of big push here? 830 is right here. Nope. So overall, the trend today should be more strong dollar based off of that. Again, if Powell says anything, I think it's, we're going to, I don't know. I mean, he can reiterate in the speech the same thing that they said, but of all the things that he could say is, the majority, agreed that, we could have one more in there. If he starts talking about entrenched inflation and how bad that really is, again, also a reason why we see dollar strength coming in. So is this all loading up right now from 530 down? Because the market knows that Powell's speaking. And again, that speech is out there. It's not like it's not off the cuff. It's definitely written in advance. So I think that's what we need to watch out for. Now, the indices, how are they taking it? Right now, if you look at the indices, 0.02, 0.08, 0.06, really totally flat, and then Russell down a little bit. Again, the Russell can fluctuate back and forth pretty quickly. And right now, with everything holding flat and the Russell heading down, it's kind of like, is he going to say something that's, going to be a little inflammatory, right? Because they're pretty flat. I mean, this is, not a lot of movement since the close yesterday. I mean, up and down, obviously, but from where things closed yesterday, not so much. And is it the dollar? Not really, right? So it's kind of all eyes on Powell. Now, commodities, oil down. And why is oil down? Obviously, we talked about it before, the China situation, right? Now, when I say down, we're down 0.5%. It's not down like 5% where it could be, right? 86.70 or 86.80, right? So we're not, we're talking about potentially getting down to 83. We need some more. We need some more data, and unfortunately, there's not a lot of U.S.-driven data out there. It's going to be foreign data that does it. Yeah, we kind of need a little bit more. Natural gas. Natural gas is up a little bit. We're at 306, much better than 350. But again, we knew that 3 area, the 301, 305, 304 area was going to have buyers in there, and they stepped in. Now, gold is up around 1954. up just a smidge, right? Up 0.38, point 0.4. Silver is up point 0.1, so just barely up at 22.87. There's been some bouncing off of 23 in there. Um, I think with these both up a little bit right now, it also kind of looks like they're waiting for Powell to say something that's slightly inflammatory. So there could be, again, looking at this in an overall picture, the dollar is dropping down before a Powell speech. You're seeing gold and silver up a little bit. Again, you're seeing natural gas and crude moving around a little bit. The indices, for the most part, up a little tiny bit. But again, is there anything really that should make them flat today? No, right? But they're looking at this and waiting for Powell. So um, I think that's where a lot of the contagions coming in is, kind of what's coming in next here. So that's what we got. Let's go over and look at the Aussie dollar. All right. So Aussie dollar, same thing. Okay. Yesterday we marked off levels down here. We talked about 63 would be a big deal, and it came down to 62.97, and it hit there late last night at what 10 o'clock, and then just held. And crazy enough, where this line is, it like touched it, barely touches it, and now it's pushing back up again. All right. So 78 was hitting this direction, I think. Again, run this from top down. That's an easy way to look at this. And you can see it's kind of playing with it here. And again, this old level here, I mean, we didn't have any of this yesterday. This was all late last night. You can see it based all in this level. 1, 2, 3. You expected to hit, came back up, grabbed that old level, and started the base. You're like, oh, it's going to drop. And it did. Okay. Now, clean Harry Potter. Should you have taken this one as a Harry Potter trade? It's pretty dangerous with this kind of pop down here. Again, showing that there was buyers there. It did end up having a little bit of a hiccup there before pulling down, and now it's hit this level down south. And we knew that this was going to be somewhere where we're going to hit. And the question was, what did we come off of it? Now, we didn't get a red, green, red until here, right? A red, a green that came down. It was close. And then the green closed here, and now it's just pushing. But it's got an area up top that it's going to, potentially run into. Again, that should be this color. Pull this one off, even though it did. Hit at 1 o'clock. I think watch that level. Again, it's backstopped by the 61. So being 950. I wonder if we're going to reverse off this zone. Again, we have to adjust it just a little bit. We have to adjust it to. I wonder if we pull a reversal off that. Again, we've had the surge. I mean, basically, we've been in one direction since 5:30 this morning, really since the European Open. We would be due for profit taking, 954, 8 pips, so it's small. You can see it's already having problems, and it's pulling back, but none of the zones on the bottom. I'm wondering if this is what we pull on this one. Again, I'd like it if it was backstopped by the 50. That would be better. Not a bad. Like I say, I wish it was backstopped at the 50, but it's not a bad spot, right? Again, it doesn't match up. Doesn't match up to any fibs. It's got room down here to go lower. Again, pulling up, we're seeing nothing but dollar week this morning. It typically will reverse in the U.S. session, and we're getting close to 10:30, 11 o'clock, and that's where we tend to see reversals coming in. So, I mean, this is the right area. It's only 8 for 26 in the other direction, so it's not the worst of positions. As I said, I'd like to have the extra confirmation in there. Um, but it's not the worst, right? Yeah, it's not the worst of trades. And again, in a morning where we don't really have much, and if we come up and kind of flatline here, could Pal say? And again, everything we're looking like it's showing dollar kind of weakness moving into areas for Pal. Again, Pal makes one comment. Can he jump this 25 pips? Yeah, absolutely. So not the worst of trades in there, right? Um, Again, I think there are worse things out there. Is it an A plus plus trade that I would say everybody take it? No, no. But if you're looking for something, a decent base, it is kind of a Harry Potter. Again, we've really barely adjusted this from where we were yesterday. And again, our 1, 2, and 3, and then 4 broke through. Typically comes back up, pulls it, and goes short. So it is lined up with that. So it's got a lot of things going for it. Okay. Also yen. All right. So also yen, our target got hit. We talked about 94.60, and we talked about basically buyers all from here up. And that's what it ran into. Okay. So it turned where it should have. Again, not as clean as the other one. That's hit. Let's pull this one off now just so we can get a clear run of this. Oh, what are you doing? No, no, stop. That hurts. Um, Not really clean here. Here, you want this? Take this. Uh-oh. You want to sit on Daddy's lap? You want to sit on Daddy's lap? Here, you want this? Yeah, you like that. This step in here, not super clean, right? I was hoping that there was something we can smash up into, but not super clean. I mean, there's a small one here that you could say, hey, listen, I swear that maybe the mouse button's gone. There's enough of a basing with a pullback. You got a red, green, red coming up in here, so you want to kind of put it in that zone anyway. There are some pushes up here that were front run, so it's a similar trade setup. And again, we're kind of got smooth sailing until we get up to there. Um, Oops, not that one. Right, 94, 93. I would say it's similar. And again, maybe we push this. What is this one? Inflation year over year. I guess that could help a little bit, but how much it got to go? 19. It absolutely can move 19 in 2 hours. No, no, no. We do not put anything into the computer. No. Go over there. Play with your trucks. Fix your trucks. Fix your trucks. You're not putting stuff in the computer. No. Over there. Go. You want to go to bed? You want Daddy put you to bed? No? Okay. Thank you. Here. You can play with it. Here. Fix your trucks. Fix your truck. Fix your truck. You want it or no? I don't know what you want, but it cannot be pushed in the computer. That will kill the computer. Um, it's 19 pips. Can we move that in 2 hours for POW? Yeah, absolutely. So there you go. Fix it. Fix the truck. It's similar setup. We'll see if we can get up there again. We'll see if we can climb through this at 10:30. Again, maybe we use it for the yen news, but it's not the worst of levels. It's lower rated than the last one. Okay, euro dollar. All right, so euro dollar rallying back up again. We knew we'd have issues up here. Again, we did. Target was hit yesterday at 12 o'clock, and then you can see. Love it. Love the fact that we hit it based on it and used it again. We knew that was there. We knew it was a 61.8 there, so it was a nice little backstop. But really sloppy. We weren't really loving it for a long. We did get a red, green, red over here, but very sloppy. Red, green. This went lower. Technically downtrend. Used these buyers and went back up again. If we get one more surge, this looks very, very similar. Now, this top here, I marked this top off and I said be very, very cautious of this top. It's a mirror top. Again, almost exactly. It's a little tiny bit off, but then there is a confirmation here. So again, this is one of those ones that I don't love it, but it is technically a may confirm zone. Again, the 61 is there. It's been used already, so it's not the freshest levels. It's not the worst, but understand from really the European Open, which is again right here, it's been straight up in one direction. Okay, it has moved 50 pips. It's got a 69 pip ATR, so it's still well within what it could do. But again, profit taking will come in from all this European strength and dollar weakness, right? Again, the same trend we're seeing in everything. If Powell mentions that, yeah, potentially, as we mentioned in the last meeting, again, like I said, he mentions anything about, we mentioned raising, entrenched inflation, anything that sounds like that sounds like he's raising again, should give us dollar strength. And people are going to dissect the heck out of it. That would bring us right back to the downside. So I'm wondering, if we get Powell's speech and then we push back down again, right? Wondering if that's what we're looking at. Again, it's got to fight through this 10:30 time frame, right? And again, the market's starting to paralyze itself in preparation for what Powell has to say. All right, euro pound. All right, so euro pound. Got the move yesterday. We reversed it back up again. We started basing. We expected a break. It started the base here, and we said, hey, listen, it's probably going to go through, right? Whenever you hit and pull back and then form like a solid base, you're like, oh, it's breaking. And it did. It broke and it went higher, and we knew that we had kind of strange zones up here, right? We had talked about this, that we had kind of, whoops, I want to move that. Kind of had his zone here, but there's another one up top that it was just a lot of small ones back and forth. And we'd already pushed this one pretty deep, but we couldn't draw anything from this because we're like, hey, listen, this is oh my God, kind of a big zone to draw, right? And this is a 30-minute. Kind of a big zone. We knew we had a lot up here, and it's like, hey, listen, there's a zone here. If we can get a confirmation coming out of that, take it. But again, there's a lot of selling here, right? On the other side, here's what we got. Now we got a red, we got a green. The red didn't close below. We got a red, the green closed above, erased it. We have a red, we have a green, which did not close above, which is good. We just need the red to kind of help and start pushing back down again. So we were talking about trying to find shorts up here, but obviously this basing messed this one up. And we knew that this one had already been pushed pretty deep, so is a little sketchy. That's why we had it in the blue. But this is what we're looking at right now. Now, it has been a decent enough run to the top side, so you can throw this on there and see, hey, listen, is there any hidden zones in here that we potentially have to look out for? Oh crap! Right now, there's a little hiccup here. We can remove this one. That trade is done from the other day. There's a little hiccup there. Is that going to be earth changing? I actually like this area down here better than I like the little hiccup, right? So I would say right now, if you are short, if you did get short into this, and again, what you may have done is said, okay, well, listen, there's a top. As it's come back, as it comes back out, if that were to go higher, and then boom, we broke through that low, a lot of people will be getting short. I would say right now, you really got to focus on taking profit before there, right? So 86.88. That's a profit level, 86.88. There is a small level at the 50. I'm not gonna use it though. Maybe 7, 7.5 pips, which is a good risk. That's a good amount of risk on this one. Again, remember, percentage wise, we're dealing with 34.5 pips a day. So 7 pips, not the worst. Yeah, I would say right now, downside. And again, I'm not opposed to the downside. I think the retail sales number can help. I think there's target one, there's target two. Could we take a reversal off of this level? Yeah, but we need to have the right pattern. We need the right confirmation off of it. I don't think it's a number one entry. But I would say right now, if you were a short, those would be the two areas that you're looking for. Okay. Yeah, I'm not as concerned about this. It's this one right here. That pattern with the 3 ascending candles. Be nice if that was the 23, but it's not. So, yeah. Profit target one, profit target two on a short. Euro pound. All right, so euro pound. We had a level at top. We didn't quite make it up there. We're trying. The red came in. The green was there. It looks like it's starting to reverse back again, and it should slingshot back to 158. If we are a bit of punch higher, here to here is all sellers, right? We do have a clean level up top, though. If we can get one more drive forward, again, we got a drive sitting right up there, right? The way that it looks like right now, though, it looks like it's going to have a very hard time punching through, right? 3 ascending. Again, we have the red, we have the green, so we have a red about to come in. Well, not about. It's got 25 minutes, but it's only 12 pips. 12 pips is not bad for the euro yen, but I'm wondering if this is what we're going to see. And we'll see what it does. Who knows? Maybe this one turns green and starts to go higher. But once the confirmation is in, I think we run right back down to 158. It's only 40 pips away. Yeah. I think if we wait, we miss. I feel like it's gonna put in something in here, and it's gonna be a run back down. I just don't. Here's the problem with this one. You're like, okay, it's having problems here. Where do we put our risk level? You can't really put your risk level anywhere in here, right? I mean, there's your top candle. Don't love it, but one, two, three. Should we be taking the next one? That's hit number four. So not really. Um, is it reversing off of this? Probably. It's probably reversing off of this candle with this big motion. Um, 62 pips, half a day's worth of movement, 4 hours. So obviously there's enough selling force here, but again, not necessarily. I think we're reversing here. I think I wish I could give you a great entry on this one, guys, but right now, again, we got to wait for the confirmation in, and then if you wanted to play a pullback, you could do something along those lines. You could do. Again, I'm just gonna draw it here just so we can kind of so we can see it. Um, Again, it's about 15 pips worth of risk right there. And again, 1 to 3 looks like maybe a little bit deep in all honesty. Something along those lines. You know, I think I'd rather use like kind of 13 there. I think not a little bit too shallow. 13 maybe. 302. That's better. Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for it to kind of come into here, come back up, and then go down. So yeah, wait. I'm waiting for the close so I know it's there. And again, if you get the pullback, you get the pullback. If you don't, you don't. Pound dollar. All right, so pound dollar. This one we can make some changes on. We can actually take this one and bring it down. As you can see, we were looking for Harry Potter trade. It went down in one candle and came back up, which means no entry, right? Entry is not in yet. Now this one, we did have the profit target hit, and we knew we had a level sitting there. Interestingly enough, we started the base and used it on this side. Um, we kind of sliced right through. Once this was here, we kind of knew it was going to slice through. It did actually come up in base and then kind of broke the trend on this one. So this actually may have been a losing trade if you traded it. Um, let's go over this one because I think this is a great example. Whenever we see a base, and hopefully you guys can see this. Let me see if I can make it big so you can see it. Just enough, but still get a few. So if we were sitting here, right, and we knew we had a base coming through, a lot of times we will adjust this to go to where the more recent base is the traded. Now this is hard because there's this, but then there's also this spike up here, right? Um, as it came back up and went to here, you may say, okay, we're at that level right above. The hard part is it's not the biggest of bases, and there's one right above where we have a confirmation from it. So if you did take that one short, guess what? You got stopped out. And in fact, if you took the top one, you still got stopped out. So it wouldn't have mattered if you'd done the more recent one or higher. And again, sometimes you're going to be wrong. It just doesn't always work out, right? But it's actually broken the trend on that one. Where it's going now, there is a decent level up here above. And again, this is kind of going into what everything else we're seeing. Actually, probably there. Should be 10, right? Yeah, 10.5. We do actually have a zone sitting right just a little bit above. The 61.8 does go through it, and it's at 121.65.9 or 121.66. I think it's a decent turnaround point. It's kind of the same lines that we've been talking about on all the other ones. Looking for a 1030 reversal inside of the dollar. And again, the pound's gotten a bunch of strength today, at least versus the dollar here. And it's pretty much been straight up since about 4:30. Yeah, 5 o'clock. Sorry, 5 o'clock was the bottom candle, and we've been straight up. Is it overboard? No, it's only 71 pips. It's got a 91 pip daily ATR, so it's not out of the range of what it should be doing. Um, So yeah, I don't think it's a bad trade. Now the question is, did it get front run here, and is the drop coming in now? I hope not. I'd like it to get a little bit more, but you can see set up trade wise, right? It doesn't have to go super far. It's going back into there, 10 for 30, which is great. We have hiccups here, awesome. So dollar yen, right? So dollar yen. We mentioned this when yesterday there was multiple opportunities to get into this one. We knew we were going to have some problems down here, but because of this clearing wick, we weren't really going to set any trades, and that's why there's nothing down here. You can see though, again, where all this came in, boom, 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 base, 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 came through, and it Harry Potter down. So again, it still works. It just unfortunately it's hard for us to determine much with a clearing kind of news wick like this. Um, at this point, we're in the middle of the range. There's not much else to say about this one, right? Take it from there down, or even if you want to do it from kind of the high, we're sitting right at the 50% mark down. Is there a zone there? Not really. Is there a zone up here? There's a tiny one. I mean, knowing that it's a 61, you could have put a boxed off that candle, and we kind of got front run on a bit. Is it a great reversal level? It's all right. I don't love it. Again, if the pound dollar goes down, the pound yen should also go down. I don't love it. I'd kind of actually rather see it come all the way back up to this 182, and then when the pound data comes out over here, the retail sales number. Right now, if it continues to rally all the way up, it's a more of a pound short. If it turns somewhere in here and starts to pull back down again, again, vice versa, we could have a nice little pound long base trade. But right now, at least versus the yen has a kind of an extreme level of weakness right now. So yeah, it's all right. I don't know if 182 will have sellers in there, and you can see we're playing with this 182.20. It will have issues going through that. All right, I don't know. To me it just feels like not a sell. I know it's a 61.8. I know there's a one candle top, which is great. It's a nice little pop into a turn and then roll back down again. Um, we're getting close to 10:30. I don't know. I just feel looking at this one, I feel like this one is going to reach higher. I think the 78.6 is to me the 78.6 push has a stronger conviction to me, right? But I don't know. I just we can take this one off now. We don't need it. I don't know. I just feel like the conviction is stronger with these sellers here than this box right here. But I mean, again, this is just me, right? Again, if people were looking to get into a trade, there is something in there. It is 10:30. It is a 61.8. So there's enough factors in there. I don't know, something about it. I just think that the area up here is going to be a little bit more, has more conviction to me. But it doesn't mean this is not a zone. I don't know. There's something about this one. I don't know. I just don't love it. Dollar CAD, you can see we're not doing much. Right. We were sitting here yesterday. Oh, hold on. Here. So all the movement, again, we had a nice little spike up and down really quickly. And we're close. Dollar CAD overall, again, I think the dollar is a little bit extended. We are putting kind of a top in here. Oil is getting beat up. It's down 0.73. I don't know. Yesterday we talked about this level. We've been pushed pretty deep, so it was like, we don't love it. And you can see all the basing in there. It did go to 78. Let's take this off. We can run the other direction. Let's see if this is actually at anything important. Yeah, trucks. Um, this is an ugly 23 zone. I don't know. It's kind of in the middle. Don't really. I was wondering if this is going to like backstop or be front run or whatever by 50, and it's a little bit too far away. Um, I like this one short. Do I have a great entry for it? No, not really. Too much chop back and forth. Spent way too much time here. Low quality zone. Harry Potter candidate? Nope. Spent way too much time here. Didn't get a super strong bounce. I mean, it did go up base and then pop higher. It is at this 23, but it spent a lot of time there. I mean, it's supporting, but I just don't know if it's going to have enough conviction to base in there, come up, and just do the whole thing. Buyers, I mean, there's no real strong buyers until all the way down here, and it's been touched a few times. Do I love this one here? The red is lower. That's okay. The green candle's fine. There is a push back up again. If anything, I would say right now, two areas that I'd be watching out for is this area right here if you are short, and obviously there's obviously basing at this 23 level. The reality is there's not a 1 to 3 from this level to this level. So taking it short to there, not a 1 to 3. Taking it long to there, again, not a 1 to 3 either way. So I would say it's almost kind of like a rock and a hard place type scenario, right? Um, just not enough conviction either way, right? I love it. Canadian dollar weakens 1 hour ago. Benchmark yields climb. It's like, well, it had weakened. Is it still? I love this. It's it's weakening right now as we speak. It's like, well, no, it did, but now it's starting to kind of push back down, right? Gotta love the speed of some of the news that comes out. So overall, like this at the downside. Don't really have a setup for it though. And again, I would not be using this as a Harry Potter. Just not enough room. Okay, Narcissus. Eh. Fortunately, can't draw a zone here. So still, the best zone we have is sitting up here. The best short we have is 90.42. We're sitting at 89.70, so about 70 pips it would have to move. We do have a Harry Potter a little bit lower, right? Right, we do have. I mean, we're kind of sitting in here right now, so it does have room to run to the downside, but tons of conviction, not so much. Let's see, could you be short in here? Kind of. I don't know. There are ways in here that you could have been short. Like there's ways that I could say, oh yeah, are they examples that I would want to give and let have you guys do? No. Eh, I wish I could tell you it was a better one, but no. Again, dollar Swiss is one of those ones. Wait for the easy trades. Easy trade is sitting up top. Obviously, there's going to be some buyers down here, and we have this one drawn. Talking about a nice little pullback. I think it's a great target, and could it roll off of that one? I think it could. Which one shouldn't be red? Turn this one black because oh, whoops, I just moved it. 38. So it's got to move about half a day's worth of movement. Honestly, I think we could potentially get a bounce off of this one. I don't know. Maybe Pal, like I said, if Pal comes in and starts talking about certain things, this one has the ability to pop back up again. I think if we can get the 90.42 look for a short, it is confirmed level. If this is truly the bottom, if we rally back up again, it's obviously you got the 61.8 in there. So you'll have the 61.8, you have a confirmed level off of a base. We use the 15-minute on this one, and that would be a nice little rally up. From there up, it would be about 76 pips, which is over an ATR. So enough movement that there's a reversal there, but I just don't have anything else. Long wise, we could have a potential trade south, and I'll say could because depending on how it hits. Yeah, it's all right. All right, pound dollar still stuck. We've been waiting for the gap in there, and we've got a little bit more, but you can see this one has moved 10 pips in 24 hours. Again, still not really moving. We're still playing in the same kind of just, you know, can't break 150, can't break 150. I know it's going to happen. I don't want to be the guy that buys it at 149.92 for it to do this. Right? That's where the fear is coming from. We're still waiting for a drop. I think both patterns are still valid. It's still just kind of more or less trending sideways. Kind of it's almost forming like a wave, right? Down, right? It's kind of like we're just doing this down, up, down, up, down, up, right? It's kind of what we're doing right now. I think there'll be something big coming. And look, the dollar's driven higher by soaring bond yields. Fed Pal is up next. I don't know. This one's not soaring. It's up 10 pips in 24 hours. And we mentioned it's, fear is popping in other places, but we're not seeing in the currency market yet. So, maybe Powell would. I'm telling you, it feels like Powell is going to say something that's going to be a little bit strong dollar. If that is the case today, question is this going to be able to pop over the 150 mark, or where all the sellers just stockpiling this one? But we're getting really, really close yet again. And again, remember last time we went up to 150.16 before all heck broke loose. But it's only what 20 pips away. No, 30 pips away. 30 pips away from the last time when the floodgates opened. So we're getting close. We're getting close on this one, but I'd be cautious with it. I mean, I guess in an options product right now with no news right now, maybe it's a little bit cheap, right? If you want to play it more to the short side, playing for that intervention. Um, but right now, no trade setup. Too much risk on that one. Oil. All right. So oil, right? Here's what we got going on with oil. So we got a lot going on right around the 50, and that's where we're kind of slamming into right now, right? So if you ran fibs over this one, we mentioned yesterday that we were looking for somewhat of a little Harry Potter in here. And again, we got kind of a little base in there with 1, 2, and that was hit number 3 and punched through. It went lower, and actually, here's the thing. Not really a Harry Potter candidate. We have it marked as red just because that was the last color. Is it a Harry Potter candidate? No. Right? No. What's it going to do? It's going to slam right into this zone. You can see it hit the zone and pulled back up again. So no, there's not a 1 to 3 in there. It did actually kind of use it on this side. Again, not wouldn't necessarily recommend that. Still like this one, and again, this is one of those ones that I'd be comfortable saying, hey, listen, throw an alert on there, turn that sucker red, and if we're able to break through there, that is an area where we would be looking to get short. A break of 85.34 getting down to 84 flat. Love that we hit it here. Love that we drove even deeper in there and then kind of pulled away from it. That's great. It's like build up ahead of steam, build sellers above, and then slam right through it. I think that one's good. Again, it's Thursday. It's not Friday morning, so I like that we have extra room for this one. Can it run up later today? Yeah, it's fine. Right now it's rallying up. Again, we may run out of steam at 10:30. There's a lot of congestion sitting right in this level right here, right around the 61.8. Again, if we can pop up to that zone, it's not the worst. It, it's not the best of zones the way that it was for him, but obviously there's one and there's two contacts of it or two touches of it right at the 61.8. So it's one you got to respect, right? You got to respect it. Is it the zone that, is going to be the top for the, is it going to be a 52-week high turn level? No, no. But if it turns, it's not a bad place for it to turn. Let me tell you that way. Okay. But again, I do think this is alert quality now. The fact that we hit it, we based in there, and the green was the high, or the green was the low candle, not the red. I like this one for the next short. And again, I'd be happy with this getting all the way back down to 83 ish. Natural gas. So natural gas rallying a little bit up. Okay. Here's the profit target. We said, hey, watch out. We got a whole bunch of buyers sitting right in here, right? The way that this was, we said, hey, listen, target at 3014, and it came down to 3.006. Oops, I didn't want to move that. So it did actually go below our level, right? If I click this level, menu, there we go. Extend it to the right. Did I click the wrong thing? Extend line right. Huh. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is my right side. This is my left side, right? It says extend line to the right. Oh, you know what? No, it still shouldn't do that. Maybe I drew it from here over and it thinks that this is the right side of the line. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is going way back. It's extending it, right? But that's the left. Am I wrong here? Is my coffee spiked? Did you guys slip in the moon juice? Okay, I just hit left. Okay. Did, do I smell toast? Like, am I having a stroke? Right? I mean, I guess if I drew it that way, I mean, maybe if I drew it backwards, it thinks it's a mirror, maybe, and it was going at the. I don't know. Anyway, now that right is left and left is right, and Brian is really concerned about what I'm drinking. I thought it was just coffee, but maybe it's not. Right? You can see that we talked about that being an area where we wanted to be very, very cautious. Take your profit at that level because there are buyers below. As you can see, it came down and hit those guys, went right below it, and then reversed back up again. So yeah, there's a little bit in there. Let's remove some of these. And that trade is done. Obviously, it's hit like 6 times at this point. News comes out 1 hour ago. This is 30-minute candles. So this news comes out. Drops a 2-week low ahead of fresh storage data. And then obviously, since that news article came out, it's skyrocketing back up again. So I would say we are in a sell area right now. I think, is it 10:30 or 11 o'clock today? It is 10:30. So 2.5 minutes. Natural gas doesn't work is quite the same way. It doesn't have enough volume in there. It's not a headline type news release, but you can see it just drove right back up into an area right here, confirmed twice. It's actually the old Harry Potter level, backstop by the 618. So the question is, are we going to see this now? Right. I'm good with that. With it rallying up like that, I mean, data may be out, but actually wouldn't be a bad trade. All the way back down to 302. Yeah, we got 2 minutes on that one. Stabilizing too. It's holding. Let's see, what's it forecast to be? Expect to be a little bit of decline. We'll see how much movement we have. Like I said, I think Powell's really going to dominate the market right now. All right, let's look at gold. There's gold. Right. Yesterday at 9:30, we had spiked up and we were sitting right here at 10 o'clock. Right, the 10:30 candles right here. We're basically in the same exact spot. We'll use this one here. So there's the 10:30 window. That's where we were yesterday at this time, where this red dot is. As you can see, we're in the same exact spot. Just a little bit lower right now. We're 2 minutes shy of the next candle popping, and this is standing on the start, the open of the 10:30 candle. So, is there a big trend? No, but I'm going to say this. Okay, we were holding and maintaining high. We said, hey, listen, Powell speaking. Got a little bit of data up there. Being high like this is also looking like the market is ready for Powell to say something, right? It looks like, hey, listen, if Powell says anything that can be slightly inflammatory, hey, this is a dollar long, gold short, about controlling inflation, that inflation is well controlled. We're not going to let interest, again, anything that can be considered hawkish against inflation, it's kind of set up for that, guys. Now, is this a great level? I mean, it's already been pierced through. This was an old level that we had from Mark before. Again, spiked through, but you can see it kind of reestablished and is confirmed. So we have a red, we have a green, we have a red that hasn't closed yet. We'll find out in a minute. It's not quite there yet, but it looks like there's a reversal getting ready to come into this candle. So again, in 24 hours, if you've been playing gold, you've had a little bit of run up and down to 1955 to 1945, a $10 window back and forth. I'd say we're high in the curve. We're looking for more of a short base position right now. But again, is there a risk with Powell? Sure, there is. But I don't think he's going to say anything. In all honesty, I don't think he's going to say anything too inflammatory. Yes, there you go. The new candle opened 10:30. We are in exactly the same spot that we were from yesterday. So with no real movement. And again, Powell has the potential to make that comment. Let's see. What did this come in as? Ooh, look at that. Look at that. That's quite a miss there. Quite a miss. Let's see. What did it do with natural gas? There you go. There you go. And drop it down to a 5-minute. We talked about, hey, listen, it's holding in that level. It's holding. And yeah. So there you go. How's that for a short? Wow. And look at that. 299. I love it. 298. Go, baby. Go. I don't think it can come all the way down here. I don't know. Maybe. It's a 78. It's probably going to run into some stuff right in there. Right in there, probably. But that's 295. Can we get the 295? That would be awesome. I mean, this is a parabolic move down. It's like, oh, can we? Oh, God, that would be awesome. Keep going. Hit 295 today. But yeah, kind of an easy trade, pulling it up. And again, we marked this one off. This is the old level. So, yeah. So gold. Yeah, I think gold holds, maintains. I think it's a short. Let's see here. Silver. Again, we talked about silver going down. It came back up and used it. It actually flatlined on us, came back and needed the 23 again. And again, you may say, well, why the heck did it turn there? Well, it's a 23. What do you want? There was your most recent base at the bottom, right? And there you go. So, I mean, this is the double zero game, right? Right. Now, the question is, how much farther do we go? So, I said it yesterday. We have the. Oh God, hold on. Let's take this off. There we go. Like I said, I'm still concerned. I'm still concerned that the right. Maybe I had flipped the line upside down. Maybe that's what it was, right? Maybe somehow I took that line and flipped it upside down so left was right and right was left. Even though looking at the chart, that was definitely, I can't flip the chart upside down. There's a right side of the chart and the left side. So maybe it's not advanced enough to understand that the right side of the chart means it's extending to the right and the left side is running to the left. Maybe it's just saying, hey, listen, you drew it from this way to this way. But even though you flipped it the other direction, you flipped it upside down. So right, maybe it's got to be what it is. Maybe it's too smart for its own good, right? Or maybe it's not smart enough. So yeah, silver, I think it continues to deteriorate today. Again, Powell can screw this one up. It may be running first. Again, gold's still a little bit in the positive. Silver in the opposite direction. Silver looks like it's accelerating more. And again, as I mentioned yesterday, weak China also gives a little bit extra kind of push for a weak silver because of the industrial side of the metal. But I do think we have areas that we're buying. So it'd be nice if we can blow those up. That would be awesome. If we can drive down into here, I think if we can pull, I think we have some issues here. Coordinates. There we go. I think that would be a great place to go to. What number is that? 2235 would not be a bad spot. Let's see something real quick. Trying to figure out if we're gonna get a trade out of this one today. It's kind of in the middle, but look at that. 22 is right at the 50%. um, Not bad. I would say, yeah. Like I said, if Pal does kind of what I think Pal's going to do, um, hmm. um, if he does what he says he does, I think we hit the 2235. I'd like to go lower. I don't think we can get the 22 today, but I would like 23 as a decent reversal point later on in the week. Or not, maybe next week, depending on what we do. Let's see what we got here. Apple. Apple's fine. Twitter. Or Tesla. Tesla down more than 7% on pace for lowest close since August. Yeah. Not yet. Almost done. Almost done. What? He's pulling my finger again. Ow, 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 ow. Here, with this. Ooh, what's that? That is almost done. 2 more minutes, bud. 2 more minutes. All right, so dollar. The dollar's in an area of buyers. We got an hour and a half to go though before Powell though. But again, if it starts fluctuating back and forth again, that may be the rally that it needs. Indices. Indices are all looking negative. So they were not happy with the open. You want to eat? Okay. As soon as Daddy's done, go ahead. Take a seat. Daddy's almost done. When Daddy's done, I'll go get you some more food. He ate like half a package of ham yesterday, so I'm kind of worried about that. Great. Both boys are now have fevers. Lovely. Great. Both the boys have fevers. Yep. So yeah. Let's see what we got here. Would not have been a problem there. 15 minute, 10:15, 9:15. Nah, it looks like it was just a trap. Nothing confirmed over here, guys. No confirmed levels, right? Nothing confirmed on that side. You can see that 9 o'clock it was kind of peaking. 9:15 it was just sitting up there. It was breaking above the Globex high. I'll just use this one, even though we're going to delete it. See how it's breaking above the highs from the the market close right over here at 6:15. We were breaking through new highs. So some people will say, hey, listen, we're breaking the Globex highs. We're opening above it. It's a long, and it immediately shot straight back down again. So if anything, I would say it's kind of a trap. We've now pushed to the other side, and again, there is a piece down here. And the question is it, does it, does the market know what Powell's going to say? He's going to say something really, really, bearish, right? Is it going to be a launching point? I would say, right now, until Powell speaks, we're not going to get any true direction. But as far as opening print goes, if you're playing the trap game, nice little trap in there. But besides that, nothing really there. NQ. God, we'll get this back and forth. Let's see. 9 o'clock, 9:15, and it did. The 9:30 actually broke above that 9 o'clock candle. Again, nothing confirmed. This would have been where the confirmation is, and it had already driven through that. So no trade there. There was kind of a small little, again, kind of risky, but again, push down, grab them, and then slam lower. And what did it do? It used 15,000. So as far as opening print goes, again, kind of the same thing. It did actually punch over the Globex high, which is right before it. And again, it depends on what you use. If you use the 830 or the 930, if you use the 930, it did actually just peak right above and then immediately got slammed down. Again, I think it probably comes back in this area. The 15,000 should act as a little bit of a buffer. But again, Powell has the ability to really screw this up and blow it up quick. He's not going to attempt to do that, but that doesn't mean that's not what's going to happen. YM. Is there anything in YM? No, it's kind of the same thing. 845, 9, 915, same thing. You're looking at where the highs were. Kind of the highs in the Globex were kind of sitting kind of right here. And what did it do? It peeked its head just enough to go over, saying, oh, boy, there's where the high was. Because this was all, yeah, this is all during the market, and the market closed right here. So, yeah, these were the overnight highs. And the second it pierced it right there at 9:30. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. A lot of people will play this. They'll be like, hey, listen, whatever the overnight was an uptrend. As soon as we break through those Globex highs at the open, if we close above, open above, it's a long. And yeah, this had been quite painful for anybody that went long at the open. So, again, those traps are real things. And they hurt. They hurt. Russell. Let's see. Did Russell get us anything? 845, 9. 915 is in here. Russell actually did sort of have a setup here. So again, this zone was formed late last night. It was confirmed at 3 and then almost again at 6. And then again, it opened right in there. So yeah, so Russell actually did have one. And that tends to be what we see. When nothing else has one, the Russell does. And 1 to 3 is right there. So again, you can see you were out at like 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, you were out of that one. So 1 for 4 as far as opening prints go. And is the setup really much different in the Russell and the other ones? The only difference is there was a zone formed above that was confirmed at 315. So there was a confirmed zone. We weren't at like, it did not break the overnights, right? Because this was late last night. So in this one, the Globex high was sitting right there. So not really the same trap situation. All the rest of them, you can see they were breaking above where those, again, this is not, pull that one off. That wasn't the Globex high. The Globex high is literally sitting right here, right? NQ, same thing, punched above. Same thing, no confirmed level, all of it's lower. Russell, there's a confirmed level above. So it was still playing with the bottom side, but it was confirmed. So Russell was 1 out of 4 entry. It's already at a full profit target, but that's the best we can see there. So yeah. So again, hardest part about today is you obviously have Powell speaking. Again, it's the last time Powell's going to speak before FOMC notes and any type of raises. I don't think that he's going to really, he's not dropping a bomb today, but I think if he says just enough that, gets people, in a slurry, I think there could be some problems later on. So we shall see. And again, look at it. Currency pretty flat, right? 8, 0, 18. 22 here is not bad, but the 22 here and the 11 here, 10. Pound yen, 10, 11. Very, very, very small movement. With this all compressing up like a spring, I would expect the market will, whether Powell says something that's super important or not, I have a feeling it's going to make some movement today. All right, here we go. I will take this one at 2:30. I think everybody is in. Debbie, are you still in my area? Or did you finally make it home? I told everybody that you're going to have to get on Discord and explain the ghost to everybody. So they all know about it. I told them, I'm like, Debbie saw a ghost this week. So you should ask Debbie her experience. And, she probably has really bad opinions. I also told him, I'm like, not that you knew that you're going to be here all week, but if you were coming to my town, you should have told me ahead of time so I could move things around. No back home? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, next time you need to tell me before you get here and get stranded here. so I can clear. Unfortunately, the beginning of the week is always busy, but next time, tell me, Debbie. Next time, tell me. Loved it. Yeah, it is a cool little city. Even the ghost, right, in the mirror. They're actually Debbie, to be honest with you, it was funny that you said that because that is actually a thing in Annapolis, right? For those of you that don't know, like Annapolis is an old city. It's embarrassing in one, and we don't talk about it a lot. Um, During the whole like Revolutionary War, back when like if you guys know the story of the Star Spangled Banner, that was actually written in Baltimore, right? That's where like all the inspiration, everything happened. Even though Baltimore was kind of an important city, Annapolis was the capital. So yeah, and it's funny because the Naval Academy's here. Annapolis, being the city that it is, basically rode out on a boat to the British and say, "We give up." And then the British was like, "Okay, you guys are done. Great, we don't have to fight." And that's why they went up the river to Baltimore because Annapolis was like, "Nope, not interested." But there's a lot of stories of like hauntings of old buildings and stuff like that. So when you said it, Debbie, I was laughing. I thought it was hysterical. Yeah. All right, here we go. I'll close it right down at 4. I went a little bit extra. I had to tell you guys that. It's funny. It made my day, Debbie, with everything I had going on. It was awesome. So, all right, here we go. Winner of today's. Oh man, really? So annoying. Oh, you know what? Oh, there we go. All right. Closed drawing. Winner of today's drawing is Neuro. Neuro took it with an 8. What? Stop, kid. Come here. Neuro took it with an 8. All right, so there we go. Let's see. Neuro got, I believe it was Ernest yesterday, though, right? Yeah, it was Ernest yesterday. So you got stopped. You stopped him. But that's okay because I think he stopped you. So it all works out in the end. No, Kip, stop. Oh, he's got a dirty diaper. Fun, fun. All right, there we go. All right, with that said, I am out of here. I will catch you guys tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern time. And again, the news tomorrow morning. It's not a huge day, but again, the retail sales should be important for the pound. We may have some decent setups there. And then obviously, Powell speaking today. Look for that. There's probably going to be some movement. The market just looks like it's primed. It wants some type of movement. It wants something. And I'm assuming, regardless of what Powell says, we're going to see some movement from it. So, all right, good trading, everybody. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Sorry we went a little bit late, but I'll see you then. Take care.